Hello everyone, Katie with Trans Refuge again. So after my last video, which was quite negative, I was hoping for a more positive topic, and a discussion I had last night with a colleague opened the door for that. So we'll talk about it. So I've been working on a project with a colleague of mine, and we both had to be at a customer site, and we had dinner last night and talked about the project and how it's progressing, things like that. And he began telling me about some recent travels that he and his boyfriend got to do, and one thing led to another because we got on the topic of coming out. Me being trans and, him being a gay man. We've both gone through that experience. Different circumstances, but it's still kind of the same. There's a lot of overlap. And there was some commonality. He'd come from a religious family. I didn't come from a religious family, but I was religious. At least religious in the sense of like legalistic. I still consider myself a Christian, but I had transphobic views, also homophobic. But we got talking about, and he mentioned that when he came out, he said it was like a big weight lifted off him. It took a lot of the pressure on him off to try to, one, to hide who he was, but also to maintain that, kind of heteronormative, appearance or lifestyle or whatever you want to call it. And, so we had this discussion about the negative impact that being closeted and not feeling safe to come out has on people in general, but especially young people. These are the formative years of your life, and it has a big impact on things down the road. So it was really great to talk to somebody who wasn't transgender, who'd gone through the coming out process and, had to deal with relatives and family and, all that stuff. And to hear that, there's a lot of overlap in the positive outcomes of coming out and being genuine about who and what you are and not having to be afraid. Now, the gist I got of this family is much more accepting now. But not just family. He happens to live in a place that is quite accepting. And, what I can tell, somebody who lives in an accepting place, who can just be who they are, and it's not a big deal to anybody around him. He's relaxed, he's focused, and he's really, I would say, very effective at what he does. And maybe he always has been, I don't know. But I can tell you that before I came out, I was very stressed. I was quite stressed out all the time. Always felt that pressure to be somebody and something that I wasn't. And that creates a lot of agitation in your life. Even when you're not cognizant of it, even when you're not aware of it, it's affecting you. And, I've told other people, since I came out and transitioned and, told my employer and everybody else, my work performance has gone up substantially. And I credit that to lower stress, not having an internal sense of turmoil or conflict within myself, I think that it just makes it a lot easier to focus on what I'm doing and to be effective at what I do. So, it's kind of a short video, and I'm not going to go into a lot of depth with it with statistics and everything, but it was really great to have dinner with him and hear about his experience, and to hear that whether, you're transgender, or you're gay, or you're lesbian, or you're bisexual, or, whatever, that across the board, coming out and finding acceptance where you can have it, not everybody's accepting, but building that, support base of people who do support you and do accept you, and being able to just be genuinely who you are has a lot of positive impacts on your life. I hope that there are maybe parents or relatives watching this, and maybe you think you might have a closeted child or closeted nephew or niece, or some relative. Please take this to heart, that if somebody comes out to you, it's really important how you react and how you treat them. Please understand that it can be a matter of life and death for some people, actually quite a few people. Nobody needs to be told, you shouldn't exist, or you're evil, or, anything like that. If you're watching this and you say, well, I don't believe in being gay, or I don't believe in being transgender, or whatever, if you can't be convinced otherwise, at least treat people with dignity. If somebody comes out to you, maybe your child, maybe a relative or a friend of the family, at least treat them with dignity. Don't tell them you're a sinner, you're sinning, you're going to hell, you're wicked, you're disgusting. Please don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. Even if you feel disgusted by them, treat them with dignity. Let them come to know themselves on their own terms, even if you don't like it. It's better to have people alive. And I hope that you'll come to understand, as I've said in another video of mine, a live dog is better than a dead lion. Even if you view somebody as being disgraceful or shameful in some kind of way, give them the dignity of being alive, okay? That they have to live too. You don't have to make matters harder for them. Yeah, the old saying was, if you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. It applies here. I hope everybody would be supportive and great to people who come out. But if you're one of those people who just refuses, then don't say anything, okay? Let the person live. Let them live their life. And don't make it any harder than it has to be. So until next time, I hope somebody found something good in this, and I hope that it's been encouraging to somebody. And as time allows, I'll try to upload some more content. So have a great week. I'm going to get back on the road because it's that time of year, which means super, super busy. So see you around. Bye.